5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Guys ready?
Oh, for sure.
Let's do it.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, boys.
Boom.
Or welcome back, Tony. We got a new guy in the block.
Yes.
Sean's in the house today.
Hello.
What's going on, bud?
How you doing?
I'm doing, man. As long as I woke up in the morning, or I wake up in the morning, it's a good day.
See, that's it. I'm rubbing off on him over here.
There
That's
it is.
my thing right
Yeah.
there.
I mean, it's a shame that the wife actually has to look at me, but that's her cross
yeah,
to bear.
her day not going so good. His
Sometimes.
So welcome back, Tony. We got Sean, our rap guy today. We're going to get into a little bit about what Sean does.
Rap God.
The rap god.
Rap God, yeah.
That is
Sure.
important.
In all capitals.
So you had some changes going on, Tony. Let's talk about those. You got some shop changes. Or some add-ons.
So we started.
I thought you were talking about his transition.
Funny guy. So we were doing, obviously, like we said last time, wraps. And there was another section of the building left, and talked to the landlord and took it over because wraps kind of exploded with us. I mean, because of him right there. His work is impeccable. So we basically took over the last 900 square feet, I think it was.
Wow.
It made this crazy wrap room for him.
Oh, that's awesome.
You should see the light. It's what is a hexagon light it's called?
Oh, yeah. Hexagon.
That's his baby.
It's kind of like it kind of feels like a padded room, like when you go into it. 'Cause it's like everything's white, and like there's these crazy. I mean, it is so bright in there. It's in the color, like the color of the light is perfect. Like it's just completely undiluted. I mean, I'm sure Sean can get way more technical than I can about it.
I feel like you're in an episode of You.
Yeah,
Or
I haven't watched that, but
like
Dexter,
that.
yes, I can really. But yeah,
So what is you?
I feel like I'm
I
either
missed
gonna
that.
get operated on, or I'm gonna get put in a straitjacket,
Yeah, someone's gonna die.
or someone's gonna die.
Does he have like, ooh, Damien in the background? You walk in there.
Yeah, yeah. It's instead of like a door buzzer, that's what plays.
Yeah. No, it was we redid that room for him, and he's got it. His cutting table, his racks for all the wrap. Like we set it up, and I was like, so as you start doing a car, you know what? All right, I need a shelf here, or I need this here, or this. So everything's kind of set up for him.
That's
Yeah,
pretty.
it's
That's
state of
pretty
the
cool
art.
that you get that kind of support. So tell us about that room. What was your vision for this room?
Honestly, Tony took majority of the control of it. I pretty much decided on the light because hexagons are my jam, and but it also helps with full clarity on pretty much everything when you're looking at something. So it gives you full detail of what you're working on.
Mm-hmm.
So the hexagons, it gives you different angles from all the lights, and it makes the overall product better. You get to see anything that's amiss or anything like that while you're working on a project.
Yeah.
And it brings everything full circle. So we can give our clients the absolute best finished product. And yeah.
That's pretty sweet. So
And it looks really cool. It's like a glowing honeycomb on the ceiling.
Is it really?
It's like these modular hexagon like lights, and they're like multiple spectrum like LED. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like beaming, but you can like clearly see like the hexagons. It's pretty badass.
are you guys open on Saturdays?
We are not. We may be if the
'Cause I want to come down for a field trip.
You definitely should.
You
should come
definitely
check it
Yeah,
out.
I can't believe I haven't been there
definitely
already.
Yeah.
Do you have a picture of the hexagon light?
I'm looking for it right now.
That's what I
That's what I'm
figured you were
looking for.
doing. Send that to me. We'll definitely put it on the podcast. So how long you been doing this for?
in July it's been 12 years. So
And how'd you get started doing this? What was your what was that spark?
honestly, it was a lot of my grandfather on my dad's side. He was doing wallpapering, stuff like that. The wallpaper, it did end up kind of branching out to an area where he didn't really understand. So doing vehicle graphics for, friends and family and stuff like that.
Yep.
Mostly people who like own mechanical contracting companies, stuff like that, like TJ Conway, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So lettering up their trucks and stuff like that. Just vinyl graphics ends up being a mobile billboard, right? So if you're on a job site and you have a blank truck, it's kind of boring. But if you end up having, lettering on your truck, it really tells people you're on this site. You're involved in the project. You're important. So
definitely adds validity. It's like you pull up and your truck isn't branded, but you're a contractor. It's like
it's kind of like it's kind of sketchy.
Yeah, like I say all the time, like I don't know what kind of guy they got working on over there. Like can't even afford some vinyl on his on his truck. Like
right. So
dude, that's sick.
Yeah, no, it adds validity to your brand. Like I've always believed that, and that's
you said that to me? Yeah. I'll put it in the podcast.
Big part of what's what printing is as well is it's brand recognition. So like
that's kind of like the most important thing is just brand recognition. You kind of want to make your name known. If you're going to be involved on a project, you're getting. It doesn't matter how much you're getting paid or anything. You could be getting paid just bartering, but if you're involved in a project, it's an important project. You want to be involved. You want people to know that you're involved in it.
Yep.
And whether something comes from that or not, it doesn't really matter. It's just like it's kind of like a rite of passage. You know what I mean?
I watched a few videos after we had Tony on the first time of what it took to wrap a car. And I can tell you straight up right now, I would not have enough patience to last me 15 minutes.
It's an art.
I was like, click, we're done. I'm not doing that for a job.
And I hate just working with vinyl. Like we don't do it. So we have the capability to do, like truck lettering and stuff like that, the basic, like, plotter work. And I won't do it because I don't want to deal with any part of that. Even just, from the moment the vinyl gets cut out, the weeding of the vinyl, and then, especially if you're doing lettering now, you got to put it on a transfer paper and everything like that. And it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
And, it takes a certain type of hand to do that, and I do not have that hand.
Yeah, like when he was talking about putting the letters on trucks, like I could just picture mine, like all crooked and not even at the same level.
Yeah, it'd be peeling off and stuff like that. No, it is not. It's not an easy thing to do in any sense. It is an art form, and I don't know if the actual the newer type wraps, and I know you mentioned the name I think off air earlier, but I don't know if they're easier to deal with than like letter vinyl, but.
Not so much, honestly. When you end up getting into the actual finished product, what you were talking about, the weeding, all that stuff, that's
he loves that.
I love it. Sorry. No, I love it. That's the worst part. Once you get into the transfer tape and stuff like that, it's a different ballgame because you can go through 3, 4, 5 different processes, and then you screw up on the last one. You have to go through those 3, 4, 5 different processes again to get it to look right. But what we do, we don't settle for less. So we want it to be perfect all the way through. So
new slogan right there. We don't settle for less. Just saying
it. Yeah. What it comes down to is it's you got to be on point for, it's not the 45 minutes that you spend putting it on the vehicle. It's the 3 hours you spend on the computer, on
all the
plotting it out, all the prep work, everything, all the procedures, all the production work to get it to look perfect for our client. And that's kind of where we put our pride into, is that you don't stop after the step 1. Step 6 is where, once the client picks it up, that's where we really take our pride in our work. You know what I mean?
So tell us,
you got to make it to one of the car shows, like where those guys are at, especially what club?
Pennywise?
Yeah, what club is the Pennywise? Is that Northbreed? Is he Northbreed or
he's
or is he just part of the car?
Unofficially, Tony, you're in Car Club New England, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So is
You
he?
have no choice.
You heard it here first.
He keeps saying maybe.
Yeah.
Car Club
But
New
there,
England.
These are
there's.
Carbon
I mean,
Kings.
yeah. There's.
We got to get them on here too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Carbon Kings.
Great bunch of guys.
They have some, there's an amazing set of cars, especially like there's a group of people that, I mean, all the work they've done is awesome, but, a lot of the theme cars.
Northbreed, we do a lot for them too.
Yeah, a lot of the Northbreed stuff. That one with the, like the cherry blossoms and stuff, right? That was a sick one. And then obviously the Velociraptor one, that one, who's that?
Oh, that's cool.
Angel, he still
Yeah.
gets, that's crazy. It's been like 3 years and he just keeps adding, does a lot himself, but he gets a big following with that.
Does he really?
And the Storm car, yeah, a lot.
I think
yeah.
we talked about it last
Yeah.
time, but like it has like drag, like a
Texture.
reptile skin texture
Oh,
on,
yeah.
on the hood. And it's like,
color change.
color change. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to go to the last car show that you had, but we had just gotten our camper
Mm-hmm.
and we started camping, and we only had 2 months to camp. And
Oh, so camping's more important than our show?
well, at that time it was. I called him up. I'm like, I want to squeeze some time out here, and then she says
it
to me,
was-
we're here for a reason." I'm like, oh. But next year I definitely plan on
We're
hitting
going
a
to do
lot.
one next year, yeah. Speaking of dragons,
It'd be a big one.
what about your car?
Oh yeah, my car is back on the road.
Which ones?
It's a
Tell
Ford.
about
It's
it.
a Ford Focus.
Probably one of the wildest cars you'll see.
It's
Yeah.
a two-tone Ford Focus, matte black over the top, but it's got an iridescent blue lavender type of theme on the passenger side with diamond purple on the driver's side, and
Hexagons.
ton of hexagons, obviously.
Oh, is that the one that used to have the hexagon fade over the hood? Or
Yeah, kind
I think
of.
I have seen that one.
You've seen it. I'm
Yeah.
sure
He
you
changed
have.
the hood. And
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't recognize it as a Ford Focus. Maybe that's what it is.
Exactly. No one
Yeah.
does. People thought it was like
Yeah.
I don't even know.
who told me it was like a SDI.
They're
the
like,
other
"What is
day." I'm
that?"
like,
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think I didn't
far-
recognize it as a Focus.
far-
What
It's a-
year is it again?
2012.
Oh wow,
2012
Oh,
Ford
it's
Focus.
funky
Yeah.
dude, the
Looking
Ford
at it,
Focuses back in the day,
Yeah.
man. Those were
Back
those
in
were
the
good cars.
day, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day were great.
Yeah.
This one it's a 2012, so it's a Mark III.
Yeah.
But I've done a lot to it. Nothing engine wise. It's pretty much all
Graphics
looks.
and stickers.
It's all looks. It's all
It's all
looks.
looks.
Yeah,
It's got
it's
Lambo
all
doors.
stickers.
All
Oh,
show.
does it really?
All
Yeah.
show.
Oh,
no
my
go.
God, that's okay. Yeah.
Hard no go.
I'll tell you what. As I get older, I remember being young and I had a couple muscle cars, and first of all, I can't believe my parents let me have that kind of car, and the horsepower that these things used to have. Did our candle go out?
No, it's still
No,
going.
it's still-
Oh, I was gonna say, our mint chocolate chip marshmallow. Is that what it is?
Milkshake.
Milkshake. Yep.
I like it.
It's we're getting down to the wire here. I think another couple
Gonna need another
podcasts
one.
we're gonna have to get
Yep.
rid of that one. Back to Bed Bath and Beyond for another
Another.
silly candle.
That's all I think is
Yeah.
Will Ferrell every time I hear Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah. We should do a podcast shopping trip. We can pick stuff out, do it on video.
Oh, we could.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be a home sense.
I want something fruity and I don't know someone got me that one. I don't remember who got me that one, but we had another one kicking around. That's over there. It's some kind of like cookie dough or something. Was
Yeah,
that what it
that
was?
one's good. You always
That
got
was
the
pretty
good ones down here.
Yeah,
right?
well, it's only the best down here,
Yeah.
man. This is what
That's
we
it.
do.
He aims to please.
That's right. So tell me about the transition, like when you finally went to doing raps from what you were doing before. What was that like? And what was your first rap?
Ooh, first rap was
remember
American
that?
Installations. They're a company out of South Hadley, I believe. American Installations.
Oh,
I'm sure you've seen
Yeah.
them.
They
They're
did the
green.
insulation in my house. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the
like
first
a
one.
couple different tones of green, like bright greens.
Oh,
Yeah.
lots of green.
Yep.
Yeah. So I burnt the hell out of that first installation. So I was not good when I first started. You know what I'm saying? So I actually didn't really install much of it. All I did was the post heating, which is heating the material back up to basically breaking the memory.
Mhm.
So vinyl wants to be flat, right? So you install the material on a Ford Transit. It's got those little wells on the rear doors and stuff like that. So you have to melt it essentially into those. But once you melt it, you have to actually bring the material back up to temperature to break the memory so it doesn't want to be flat again.
Mhm.
And what I did, not knowing anything, because it's like my first thing, so I ended up heating it up too much and burnt the hell out of the wrap.
Oh, no
I
kidding.
destroyed it. Absolutely destroyed it, and we had to redo the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
So it was a couple $1,000s of mistake right there. But like as a new installer, you're guaranteed that at least once. So, and I was fortunate enough that was my first thing. So
get out of the way.
I figured it out. I realized don't do that again because I just screwed my company out of a lot of money. So that happened. And then like since then, like I've been very diligent on being professional. You know what I mean? So after that, I was in charge of reinstalling that panel. I redid it. Haven't seen an issue with it since.
Yep.
But that was a big mistake.
So how long can someone typically get a wrap? How long will something like that last for?
So digital printed wraps, you can expect about 5 to 7 years out of it. Most people don't actually get that out of it because they're typically leased vehicles, right? So if it's a printed digital wrap, it's on, a latex printer and it's printed, installed. Typically the lease runs out before you have to remove it.
Yeah.
If you're going with like a color change, stuff like that, if you're using high quality material, you can assume about 7 to 10 years if it's garaged and taken care of.
Yeah.
If you don't take care of it, you can't even expect that out of paint. Right. So, color change vehicle, you can get 7 to 10 years out of 3M, Avery, Oracal, those type of materials. Certain materials like tech wrap or, I'd hate to say it, but Vivid's the worst possible thing you can go with.
I can see by the look on your face. You go,
No. If you use Vivid, you're not a professional, and you should probably just give up right now. You know what I mean? So, Vivid, you can possibly get a year out of it, but within 6 months, it's going to be shrinking back about an inch. And,
oh, wow.
And it'll probably ruin your clear coat.
Pull it right up and you take it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if vinyl's meant to be taken off. It's not a permanent solution. So if you use Vivid and you install it on like a personal vehicle, like God forbid a Lexus IS330. If you do that, just say goodbye to your Lexus. You just wasted $30,000.
Oh my God.
Goodbye.
That's scary. And
but-
to know that people are out there doing it,
There's tons of people. That's the thing. Like Vivid is, you sell it on Amazon. You can buy it for really cheap money. And a lot of people are installing that. And that's the problem is that it's available. You can get it for really cheap. And there's videos on YouTube that you can install it. So people are doing this. And then, they come to us, the professional shop, and they're like, well, CK Wraps on YouTube said this was okay to do. And I was like, yeah, but you didn't hear about the ramifications of you actually doing this. You just ruined your clear coat. You ruined your paint.
Yeah.
And now we have to attempt to fix it. So
I'm sure you guys seen some really
We had a guy
train wrecks.
didn't want to wait for us over the summer because we were like probably just about 2 months out. That's what we get over the summer, a month and a half, 2 months out. And he didn't want to wait for us. So didn't hear nothing. All of a sudden, we get a message the other day, and he's been messaging me for a bit, and he comes in. He went to Northampton or
Northampton, but it was like subbed out to East Hampton area
to get a wrap done. And he's like, "Can you guys help me? This thing's like it's all peeling up and stuff." So we looked at it. When I say every single panel on that car
from door handles
was
to
like he's like, dude, there's no way to fix this. It's got to be like a new piece of vinyl on it. And then for the roof, he did carbon fiber, and it was
architectural film. So architectural film, when you get into that kind of, Yeah, no, when you get into that,
Well, that's like the permanent stuff, right?
if you use architectural film on a vehicle,
Probably
it's
gonna rip the paint off.
guaranteed-
That's like the countertop stuff, right? Yeah.
It's guaranteed.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
destroy
It's like,
every-
yeah.
That's an expensive mistake.
It's a very.
He said to him, "I'd get
expensive
this off your roof as soon as you can because it's going to peel the paint and the clear coat when you go to take it off."
So that reminds me, because now you just made me think of something. I just got an idea about the golf cart. So for YouTube land out there, we're gonna throw something out. First time you're hearing this, actually not the first time. I think we might have said something before.
Is this
but
a pimp my golf cart announcement?
this is Pimp My Golf Cart right here.
Let's do it. You've been
So for the audience out there, every year at camp we do a Shriners. We do an auction, and then we take those proceeds and we give it to Shriners. So I've just become involved in this in the last couple of years, but I will tell you I've won the grand prize last couple of years in a row. Thank you very much. I have a system that I learned from another person, and
it's a system called buy a shitload of raffle tickets.
it's not about how many you have; it's about the placement and what time. But yeah, that also definitely helps.
Quantity definitely helps. But yes, you are right. Staggering your purchases does help.
Yep. So what we're gonna do this year is, with the help of Tony and Sean, I have 2 golf carts, and one we got through a friend of ours. We're gonna fix it up, and we're gonna auction it off at the Shriners raffle, and give the proceeds to the Shriners.
awesome.
So I think it's a great cause. If anybody knows about the Shriners, they know what they do. I mean, you've done a ton of stuff.
Yep.
So I'm preaching to the
He was there when he was younger.
Yeah, my son was there.
Oh, were you really? Yeah.
My son was there a week after he was born.
The pectus excavatum.
What's that again?
It's like if you have a chest bowl when you're born,
Okay.
they break your breastbone out with like a C-shaped bar,
Yep.
and that takes care of it so you can breathe when you're older.
Oh, no
Was that
kidding,
like,
huh? Yeah.
like Poland syndrome or like similar?
Something like that. Yeah,
it's like a concave chest
Exactly.
type thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Who was the fighter that had? I don't know if he was born with that. There's an MMA fighter.
You're the
Starts with a
MMA
K,
guy.
but I think he had something like that. Suffered from that. So I mean, you definitely understand the
Oh, for
importance
sure.
of
Shriners
what we're doing.
is
So
top notch.
Yep.
I love the fact that you experienced that, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but you know,
I got a lot of presents from Santa.
there you go. And with the help of Tony, and then I have my own personal golf cart, and we're gonna pimp that thing out a little bit too. So you were just talking about carbon fiber. I think we might want to do the roof in carbon fiber, and then the
way to
rest in
go.
the gunmetal.
Absolutely.
Stuff we do is the top-notch stuff, and it's all textured.
Yep.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight, man. I'm gonna go. This is
Just
like
go all
Christmas.
just do a cool color changing one, and then do color changing LEDs, and maybe a disco ball. I mean, you should just
yeah.
make it the party
I
wagon.
get the party wagon.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that. I want to go into that. So this.
Yeah.
I don't know what your time frame is, but
Like a train horn.
do you guys do pickups? Because I don't have a trailer.
Oh, we got a 5x8. My trailer will pick that up, right?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so I don't know when you want to take the one that we're going to raffle off. You can sit on that and work on that whenever you get a chance, because it's not
Well,
till
he could
September.
drive it back to the shop.
Yeah, my focus.
No, just take it right now.
Oh, I'll take it out, yeah.
So I'll tell you a funny story,
We can
right?
pick 'em
Just take the back roads.
Okay. So my buddy surprises me one day. Well, first, he's acting really weird. We go to the camp, he's acting weird. I said to my wife, I go, Kenny's acting really weird tonight. I don't know what his gig is. And she's like, oh, it's in your head. I'm like, no, he's acting kind of weird. So he sits down next to me and he's like, dude, I got something to tell you. I'm looking around like, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't tell me right here just in case. And he goes, I surprised you with a golf cart. And I'm like, what? I was so happy. And it was from our other buddy, Dave Lane. So shout out to Dave Lane from Dave Lane Construction here in Palmer.
Awesome.
So it's older, but it needs some work. And then shortly thereafter, that same guy, Ken, calls me up and he's like, hey, this other person's selling a golf cart. You should probably hop on this, man. So then he shows me the one that's in the garage. And I'm like, all right, that one's sold. And then my wife says to me, let's do something with this other one with the Shriners. And I'm like, brilliant. What's that kid doing over there? Is he all right?
Come here.
Just chilling.
Just want to say hi.
Say hi.
You want to come say hi to everybody in podcast land and YouTube?
Come here. It's just us.
Bob, he's like, I'm chilling over there.
He's not interested.
Playing on TikTok. So it was the wife's idea to do this for the Shriners. So I thought that was really
awesome.
cool.
That's awesome. And I'll definitely, you let me know when that's happening because I'll be putting in on that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want a golf cart too. Would be nice. We need a TS Mobile golf cart.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to make an appointment and
We'll take care
talk
of it.
about. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
So that's where we stand with that. So we made the announcement here on the podcast. We'll do a follow up in September. I'll film it and then we'll.
Is that when they usually do the raffle?
Yeah.
September?
Yeah.
No, so you got plenty of time to make that happen.
Yeah. There's our superstar right there,
There he is. You want to say hi?
There's Logan.
Logan. Give him the peace sign, Logan. That's
Give me a
the.
sound like this. What? No. You see everybody on there?
So Sean, earlier you were talking about the newer type of wraps, and you used a fancy word that I cannot remember.
Airygrass.
The ear egress.
Yeah. Yeah. So what can you tell me about that? So what previous version was it all just like the?
So all wet app. So essentially like, say wallpaper type of thing.
It's like
So
with an
here's
actual
paste.
wet like an adhesive.
like
Yep.
a wet app stuff. So you use like baby shampoo essentially. It's typically like a 51 baby shampoo water, and that's how all the like if you were thinking about random businesses like mostly mechanical contractors, plumbing, stuff like that. So like you get like TJ Conway, BG, stuff like that. Those are all single color, and those are all applied with baby shampoo water, and it has to sit on there for a little while before you actually pull the backing paper, stuff like that. Nowadays, all that stuff is printed onto one sheet of paper and then applied dry. So you don't have to wait for any of the water to weed out, anything like that. And it's a lot quicker. It lasts a lot longer. And it's not cheaper. I will say that it's not cheaper, but it's a higher quality film. It lasts a lot longer and it's easier to apply. So like the big Y trailers, stuff like that. Like I did most of those.
Yep.
The 53-foot trailers with all the
Like sandwiches and shit on the side.
the actual
it's pretty
digital
cool.
pictures
Yeah.
of sandwiches and strawberries and stuff like that. Like, hey, we're local and we're bringing you food.
Yep.
That kind of stuff. So that stuff's all the new stuff. What it used to be was all, you could only do really small stuff, just logos and text, stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. You couldn't go do a 53-foot run.
Right. You couldn't do a 53-foot run in, say, 2 guys, 8 hours.
Right.
It used to take 2 guys 8 hours just to do a Ford Transit with just a big Y logo on it because it took that long to do it. So the technology is absolutely, it's unreal nowadays. So that technology made it possible to do full color changes. So say you bought a white Tahoe and you wanted it to be black, or you wanted it to be green, or you wanted to have like a iridescent color to it. That's all very new. So there's a lot of companies nowadays who are trying to do that without knowing a whole lot of what used to be. And that's kind of the issue you run into when you're looking for a wrap company to do a color change on your sports car or even just a company car. You know, there's a lot of people doing it. There's very little overhead. All you need is, a credit card to squeegee it down. You need a torch or a heat gun that you can get from Home Depot for $20. So there's a ton of people doing it. What you need to look out for is the people who don't have a whole lot of experience doing it. And that's when you end up going the cheap route and you don't get what you paid for. That's that's kind of what the industry is running into, unfortunately, is it's very little overhead and it's very little intelligence going into it, but anybody can do it. So what you need to look out for when you're actually looking for somebody to do something like that is, what have they done? What's their quality of work? You got to look in, like, what projects have they done, and are you happy with that kind of result?
And there's certifications too, right? From different manufacturers and everything like that.
Yeah, there's Oracle, there's IBOW, there's the ISPA, there's Avery, 3M, Oracle, all those. There's different certifications per manufacturer, which is relatively easy to go about doing. It just costs a little bit more money. And then there's, SGIA, that's the Certified Graphic Installation Program, and all these there's a lot you need to look into before you actually decide on who you're going to, especially if you're a big company and you want consistent work. So that's kind of the issue a lot of people run into.
Yeah. So if somebody was to think about getting a wrap, talk to me about the steps they would take in order to get that done and, to have a really good outcome.
So I guess you would, you'd go to the actual shop. So you can't really go into an email or, Facebook group or something like that and try and look at their pictures, stuff like that. You have to actually go see in person what they're doing, because nowadays with filters and stuff like that, any picture is going to look good, right? You could take a picture of anything and make it look good. So what you want to do if you're actually looking for a high quality wrap is actually go to the shop, look at some of the work they've actually done in person, and honestly take a look around. There's certain areas you want to look at, underneath, corners, handles, roofs, door jambs, stuff like that, bumpers mostly. If you look at certain bumpers, you can see there's certain inlays and stuff like that you really want to look at before you spend the money to go and actually get your own vehicle done. Some places you'll see pictures on Instagram and stuff like that. Everything looks phenomenal on Instagram. You really can't get around it. Everything looks phenomenal on Instagram. But if you look up close, you can see lifting. You can see certain areas where there are seams that are just haggard cuts. And we've come across this multiple times on people coming to us after the fact being like, we went the cheap route and we want you to fix it. But the fact of the matter is, if you go the cheap route in the first place, no professional shop will even touch it.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to buy into shoddy work. Because once you buy into shoddy work, anything that fails on their part later on it's your responsibility because you bought into it.
Yep.
So
yeah, if you want to start completely over again, I'm in. Other than that,
Right.
I'm not going to try to fix what you have going on here.
And what we usually say is, look, you went somewhere else in the first place. We're going to charge you double to get you with the product you want.
Because you got to remove it and then reinstall it.
Yeah.
And then
That's
the worst,
the only way to do it.
The worst is, sorry that I got to say this, but the spray wrap. They call it spray wrap. It's Plasti Dip.
Oh, God,
but
yeah.
It ruins the cars. It voids. We saw a Tesla locally that got wrapped, and it right in the owner's manual. They don't. It voids the whole warranty because their paint is soft.
It's softer, so it's a California based. They're manufacturing in California, right? So, liquid wrap, quote unquote, is technically it's vinyl wrap and liquid wrap is produced the same way, right? So, vinyl wrap is produced. It's a solvent-based material. It creates the color, and then it's laid onto sheets of adhesive, which is what makes it vinyl wrap. When it's sprayed on, the solvent is still present, That's what makes it liquid wrap, right? So once it's applied to certain materials, the solvent is still present. And on Tesla, that has a low VSOP, based on California standards, just for economical reasons,
Yep.
which is totally fine. It doesn't matter, but it makes the Tesla paint very soft. So once you start doing liquid wrap on Tesla paint, the solvent is still present when you spray it on, and that eats away at the clear coat, and that eats away at the paint. So that instantly voids all Tesla warranty.
So it's like spraying
So-
paint thinner on your
Exactly.
on your vehicle.
Yeah.
basically.
It's like if you want
Yeah.
to just, throw some paint thinner or
Just might as well go
throw
that
some
route.
xylene. Yeah.
It's
like,
in.
let me get my primer back, essentially.
We can't even tell you how many nightmares we've seen with overspray, and it just you can't get it clean. Like
Yeah,
that's
liquid
why we're like,
wrap
just do a
essentially
liquid
just
wrap or
destroys
do
your
a
car.
regular wrap the way to do it, because then it's all removable. Obviously, depending on product you use, but you got shops. We always use. That's one thing we talked about when he came over to us and was like, let's do wraps. It was like, we have to use high end product because we have to back our product up. And like he said, taking pride. A lot of guys don't take pride in their work. They just want to do it and get it done and make money. I don't do 50 or 100 of these vehicles. Awesome. Don't get me wrong. It would be nice to do fleets of 150 and make all that money. But our stuff we do is a lot of like vehicle accessories. Like we do show cars. So it's one-offs to make this car different than this one, different than this one.
Right.
So it's got to be top quality. And that's where he comes in.
That's true. Yeah.
And you do some fleet stuff too, also, right?
We a little one, smaller fleets. Yeah, we do.
All right. Can you guys wrap a camper? Like a 26 foot travel camper?
Speaking of,
We just did.
Did you really?
Did you really?
Oh, that's epic. That I want to do in flat black all the way around. Actually, you can't, right?
You don't want to do that.
No, because it'll get dirty.
It'll get dirty and it'll be a
slide
sauna.
over. There's a bunch of pictures. We just finished it the other day.
Nice.
That's funny.
That reminds me, when I was on TikTok, I saw these people got locked out of their van because there was a humongous snake wrap around it.
It was.
Sounds
pretty
like
cool.
Friday night.
Now, did you do all the designs on the side too, or was it just the front?
Everything.
thing.
It
Oh,
was
wow.
white with. It's a 99. It was white with just these gaudy, cracked side. Like
Let me see that.
if you scroll, I'll find a picture of it beforehand. You're gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I can scroll that way.
Yeah, whatever you want. I ain't got nothing there to hide.
You can honestly wrap.
You've seen me
anything you
before.
want.
Oh, you did. So you did. Wow, that's pretty
It's
crazy.
him. And it was the Travel Masters, what it was called. And the kid's name is Baron Coates. He races like
Oh, there it says Baron
Hold on, hold on,
Blaster.
hold on.
Baron Blaster. He goes, dude, that's awesome. He loved it.
So, how long does it usually take you to wrap a car? How long can a customer,
So if it's a sedan, say a 335i BMW, we like to say about a week. Honestly, it probably takes about 2-3 days.
yeah, but just in case.
Just in case, we got to take it apart. We do it the right way. So a lot of people
That was
will
before.
just-
Zoom in into all this. Sorry, go ahead.
they'll just leave the lights on. They'll leave everything apart, but we like to take everything apart just so that you get the full color change. Especially if you're going from like a white to a black or a light color to a dark color, we take handles off, mirrors off, trim off. We'll pull back the fender a little bit just to get a little bit deeper. So we like to do 5 days. You drop it off on a Monday, you pick it up on a Friday.
Yep.
Just so that you're getting the highest quality job, and you're not going to come back.
So I don't think a lot of people understand like what it goes into wrapping a car the right way, like taking off the trim, all that kind of stuff to really do it right.
It's just like properly painting a car.
Yeah.
Like you got to take all that stuff off if you want that full coverage.
the
So like
thing
you're not
is,
seeing things peeking around the corner.
Right? Yeah, you can. Like if you're going to paint a car, you take everything apart. You tape off everything, you bag everything, and then you're going to spray it, right? And then once you spray it, you got to wait a couple hours and then spray it again. And then wait a couple hours, spray it again. And then wait a couple hours, spray it again. And then wait a couple hours, and then you put the clear coat on. And then wait a couple hours, put the clear coat back on. So you're going to be out of the car for,
Yeah.
2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know. And then if you wrap a car, you can take the car apart on the first day, wrap everything second, third day, then put everything back together. And you're going to have the car within, 5 days.
Right.
If you do it the right way.
Right.
Some people will do it without taking anything apart. You can wrap the car easily that way. But, you're going to come back because there's going to be failure. If you start doing stuff like that without taking lights out, you start doing that without taking, the windshield wiper fluid nozzles out, it's going to come back and it's not going to be full coverage and there's going to be issues. So what we do is we do it the right way. We take it apart as much as needs to be done and we put it right back together the proper way. And you're out of the car for, maybe 3 to 5 days.
Yep.
You're going to do that with paint. You're going to be out of the car for 3 to 5 weeks.
Right.
So the right way to do it is what we do. And we put it back together the right way. And then you have a brand new paint job, essentially, for as long as you take care of it.
Right.
Right. So you can.
So that's the other thing I wanted to get into. What's the aftercare look like?
Just fuck
Alcohol.
Just take care of it, man. Just take care.
No,
of it.
but it is. Explain
Is it
the
really?
alcohol.
Yeah,
Explain to 'em.
70% isopropyl alcohol, and it will take care of all your needs. We do recommend typically you get it ceramic coated. We're in the works of ceramic coating them ourselves. But even if you get a ceramic coated and you don't take care of it, you treat your car like a tractor. It's not going to last.
Tractor.
That's
the best.
It's not going to last, right? So just take care of your car like, you take care of one of your kids. Honestly, you wash them. Your kids got to take a shower eventually, right?
Yeah.
So don't just, take your car through the mud and just leave
And
it
leave
like
it
that.
on, yeah.
Yeah. So how does the alcohol play a part in this? What do you do with that?
So, like if you get a cut, you put peroxide or 70% alcohol.
Yep.
I buy that bottle and I put a spray bottle on. And when we go to the car shows, I go through a basic car wash, touchless, every once in a while. But I go to the car show and use a clean microfiber and I spray it and wipe it down. And that's all we use to clean it.
Oh, wow.
And
No
everybody's
kidding.
like, there's no way. I'm like, yeah, I spray it. And all the guys in my club are like, are you kidding me? That's all you use? Like, yeah, because it's the way the wrap is. It's what we clean the car with to wrap it.
Right.
Yeah. And it costs $5 as opposed to spending $128 on some kind of detailing spray. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. So are you saying so most wraps need to have a ceramic coat put on it to make them last, or is that what we're talking about, the right thing to do?
The right thing to do if you want it to look like paint for
Yeah.
as long as possible, I would absolutely suggest getting it ceramic coated. So when you take it through a touchless car wash, it doesn't get those hard water spots.
Right.
But honestly, you can get your car wrapped. As long as you take care of it, you don't have to spend any extra money. You could just take care of it like you take care of any car paint.
And you said that's a service that you guys are working on doing now in shop?
Yep.
The
Yeah,
ceramic coating, yeah.
we do want to end up, but we want to do it the right way, right?
Sure.
So just like we do the wraps, we want to do it the right way. So we're doing the wraps the right way. We want to do ceramic coating the right way. So we want to get trained
Yeah.
in that exact proper procedure. There's a ton of different coatings out there. There's Ceramic Pro, there's graphene, there's, numerous amount of different products that you can use to keep your wrap looking pristine all the way through its life.
Right.
In fact, most ceramic coating will add 3 to 5 years to the wrap's life if you
no
do it
kidding.
the right way. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. So
what's the additional cost to have it ceramic coated?
So there's just like any other thing. There's 1 year, 3 year, 5 year ceramic coatings. So 1 year's around $500, 2 years, $1,000, 3 years, $1,500.
Yeah.
So pretty standard. It really depends on how you apply it, how well you apply it, and the thickness you apply it. But coatings, just like anything else, will wear away with every wash that you do. So if you do like a thin layer of Ceramic Pro, it's $500, but it will end up probably wearing away within a year. If you end up going for the extra mile, you get the $1,000 one. It'll probably last about 3 years if you take care of it the right way. It really all comes down to how you take care of your vehicle.
Yeah.
Just like anything else.
Yeah.
You know, it's if you care about your vehicle, you're not going to liquid wrap it. You're not going to plasti dip it. You're going to ceramic coat
That
it.
plastic dip makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I already know what that looks like, and I can't believe people actually do it.
Texture,
It looks like rhino lining, but without any of the without any of the benefits. You know, so
but
Zero
it
benefits.
is when you get something ceramic coated, you can take a piece of duct tape, put it on there, and
It'll
it's
fall
not
right off.
it's not going to stick.
Really?
Yeah.
So even with a paint job with a new car, ceramic coating is the best way to take care of your car. So obviously
No, it's
it
like a
protects the
frying
wraps.
pan, you know? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
The
it's
non-stick,
ceramic
puts eggs on
coated. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to pipe in. You've been kind of quiet over there.
It's these non-alcoholic
duels.
beers.
Yeah, it works the
those are
exact
duels.
opposite with him. He
Yeah.
drinks non-alcoholic, and he gets way drunker fast.
It's that 0.0005%. It's really wrecking me right now.
You know, it's funny, before the podcast, I cleaned up the room a little bit from last week, and I couldn't believe how many we actually had.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
We went through, I don't know,
just double fisting.
How many-
with
how many
that
do you have
92,
left?
Though.
3, so 5. So we had 7 last week.
Ah,
Surprised I was able to drive home.
That's a lot, man. That's
double
how
fisting
accidents
with that
happen.
92, not 92 wine though.
Yeah,
So-
we did have I did finish the wine.
What's the most fun rap you've ever done?
Angels Velocitors. I mean, I only touched that one. Honestly, I was working at another company at that point when TS Mobile did that one. That's probably the coolest one with,
The texture.
yes, the texture, the embossing.
Yeah, sorry.
Which I kind of brought to that.
That was all his
I
idea.
kind
by
of
the way.
brought that.
Oh, was it
there.
really? Yeah.
Other than that, honestly, the Mustang drift car, the Togue Spirit or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
That was a
Weird.
really cool one for Ryan Avezzi.
Last time we were here, that's we were talking about just getting into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did that, and that was a cool project.
That was real cool. Honestly, there really hasn't been anything that hasn't been a lot of fun. You know, there's the Black Panther one that was awesome until it got totaled.
Oh, did it really?
She
Yeah.
was sitting. It was outside her house parked, and the drunk driver smashed
Oh.
her. It creamed the car. Yeah, that thing was sick. But she's getting another one, and she wants to do the same thing, and we're ready for her when she is.
So is that covered under insurance as
It
well?
is. It should be. As long as it's reported to the insurance that it was done, it is completely covered.
That's a see, Carlos would be able. That'd be good information for
Oh,
him.
yeah. We have a friend of ours, Carlos, who's in the insurance business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you don't report it, as long as it was done and you have invoices, it's covered.
Yeah.
Should be covered. I'm not sure about Geico, but Travelers and all them, like Arbella, all that, they cover it no matter what. You know, they'll cover the repair costs to it. I've never had an issue with that whatsoever. Next coolest one,
Probably Red Bull or Storm.
yeah, Red Bull for D'Angelo was one of the coolest ones too. It was a Mustang 5.0 GT.
Yeah, 2013. Yep.
2013. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was completely custom. We tweaked the logos just enough to make it so that they couldn't send a cease and desist. Yeah, and that was a lot of fun to do, and especially because it was for his brother who had Down syndrome. So
This little guy's age.
Yep.
yeah. So and we tried to get his fingerprints scanned so that we could actually make those
Oh
decals.
wow. Yeah.
It
the
didn't end
logo?
up working out.
Yeah.
But we did try that, and that was a lot of fun. It was just like a really cool project. We really worked on price just to make sure that we had a hand in it.
Sure.
Because it was an important project for all of us, and we really wanted to be a part of it. So that was one of my favorite projects, honestly.
Yeah.
In my heart, that was one of my favorite projects.
You know, he goes, whatever we got to do for price, we're doing this. I say, all right, it's all up to you then.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. That was a really fun project and one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah. I always say, and I've had the I had a retail background, and I used to always hire people with disabilities to come work in the store, and a lot of them were people with Down syndrome, and from as long as I can remember, I used to always say, if there is a God, those are angels, because I'm telling you, I don't care how bad of a mood I was in, how bad my day was going. I went on the floor and I had some fun with them. My day would just turn to perfect.
No, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And they were
Just
always
trying
in
to
a
get
good mood.
those-
Yeah.
trying to get those handprints, man.
Yep.
That was like, I still remember it. That
They
was
tried to
last summer.
scan it. They tried Play-Doh and everything. We'll get him though. We'll get him.
We will get it.
because he wanted to make it more personal, and he's like, "Why don't we get his handprints on that? Because that's what the logo was, like a heart with the handprints."
Right.
He's like, "Why don't we get your little brother's handprints, and that'll make it." He goes, "I can plot that, and that will be more personal with the car."
Yeah.
So we're still working on that with him. Do
Still
you get
working
it?
on it. Yeah. We will get it. I guarantee we will get it. Yeah.
So for the audience, like, what else does TS Mobile do other than car wrap, so people can get the kind of like the full picture of who you are?
So, pretty much everything for the most part. Like Pimp My Ride type deal. I mean, we do remote car starters, which are huge right now. While they're getting cold. We have from our entry level's got 1,500 feet, and then next one up's got 3,000 feet, and then we do the ones that start from your phone, so you can be wherever and hit the button, start your car. Alarm systems, stereos with the Bluetooth, backup cameras, audio, subwoofers from a basic put a sub in your car to you want to do custom, like we've done in a couple of his cars.
Yeah.
You get kind of crazy with with all the bass. Truck accessories from step bars, tonneau covers, bull bars, rain guards, like all that stuff.
Lamborghini doors.
Lambo doors. yeah, we've done quite a few of those.
Oh, the Batman call.
Not a Batman car, yeah. The slingshot we worked on. We did audio.
Oh, that's cool.
We call it
Yeah.
the Batman car.
Yeah.
We do pretty much everything, and it's all, like I said, everything's all. We use top-notch stuff. We solder all the connections. Everything's done we spend a little more money on the parts and stuff we need, so it's done the right way.
Yep.
And what we don't do, like I say, Pimp My Ride, what we don't do is like lift kits, lowering suspension, airbags, air ride. That's we go to our guys over at Carbon Kings,
Yep.
and those guys do all that stuff. I'd love to get them on here with you. And then Bailey, if they do lifts, Bailey does all the lifts and stuff like that. So we all kind of work as a team, as small businesses, to help each other out and throw each other business. But it's because we know we can trust each other's work. Like, it's top-notch work.
Sure.
It's,
Yeah, we don't trust anybody unless we've seen
yeah.
hands down that their work is top notch and we can actually put our name behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, LED lighting, like what you have underneath your golf cart, and we're going to add some more. Like, we do all that color change and stuff.
Which, by the way, when we get into that, you can change anything you want. Like, if that doesn't look right down there or whatever, yank it out, start over.
we got you.
Whatever
We'll
it
probably
takes.
leave it and add some more so you can have a pick of different things. But
Yeah.
we do a ton of different stuff. And remote starters were the money maker, the bread and butter, and the big game. And then the last couple winters haven't been as crazy. Wraps started picking up. This winter's been, we haven't had 2 days in a row of frost in like 3 years. Now it's like almost every day there's frost on the window. So it's, you want to come in and get your remote start because it sucks having to scrape your windows,
Yeah.
I know, because I had my Mustang until like a week ago, and I had to scrape the windows because I don't have a remote start in it. I'm like,
I don't want to
man.
ever have a car again, ever without a remote start. Like, ever
We've
since
done for him and Paula's for
every
years.
car I've ever owned. Yeah, since remote starts were a thing, Tony's installed every remote
Well,
start.
you know what mine does now, and it's driving me mental. And I'm surprised my neighbor hasn't said anything to me. So we'll start it from inside the house, and then if I don't go out there in a certain amount of time, it starts blowing the horn off.
Tony.
One big long horn, and I can't stand that.
So not even like the pulsing like alarm horn, just the straight up.
It goes for
And that's the factory one?
yeah.
Oh, you need to bring
For
that
how
back.
long?
I don't know, like 5 seconds.
Really?
Not a long time,
In the
but
Kia?
yeah,
Is it every time?
every time.
You need to bring that back.
Unless I go out there in the meantime, like so it's obviously telling me that it's just about ready to
Is
shut
it a
off.
factory?
So
Oh, so it's after it's been going for a while. It's right before it shuts
yeah,
off.
it's
Oh, it could be an alert.
it's aftermarket, but it was installed at the factory. It's a separate keychain. It's not built into the key fob.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super annoying.
There's a couple
Yeah,
tricks.
it might
to
have
get
been
rid of
installed
that.
at the dealership.
There you go. You can get rid of that pretty quick.
I am. It's to a point now where I just walk out there and start it, and I come back in because my neighbor doesn't leave till way later
when you
than
get
I
a
do.
chance, it sucks you have to drop it with them, but make an appointment and see if they can take a look. If not, we'll take a look at it for you. But he's taught me how to wrap. I'm not nowhere near as good as him, but I can do the basics, from him teaching me. And we got a door that we mounted to the wall, and he's got these guys, practicing.
Yep.
And same thing. Last year, I had him in the bay doing remote starts. It's we
Not very good.
no, but you were getting them done, and we all try to help each other out, even with the sales guy. Like if we need something or he needs to help us, or we got to take a car apart, like we're all mechanically inclined. But it's when he does a remote start and he's working on it, he's got a question, he'll ask me. I'll go, same thing with a wrap. If I'm doing something, I say, all right, before I do this, like when we were doing our van, I was like, I want to see. He's like, go on here, take this, and then stretch it. This is how you do this kind of 3-corner, instead of a 4-corner, it was a 3-corner angle type thing. I don't know if you get that, but
Yeah.
so I was trying to do that, and once he showed me, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like he makes everything look so freaking easy, But like I said, he takes a lot of practice, takes pride in his work. How many times have you wrapped your car now?
11.
Have you really?
2012.
Yeah, in 12, almost 13 years, 11 times.
Yeah.
He's always changing stuff up with it. So he's
Anything new. You gotta.
You got to play with it. You got to be immersed in it. You got to put it on your stuff. You know what I mean?
That's how you get good. I'm the same way, in the screen printing thing. Like if I see a new product or, something new, I have all kinds of cool special effect inks that can do glow in the dark and reflective and, makes it feel like suede. And every time I see a new one, I'm like, oh, I gotta try that. And I print and I don't, and we don't, we talk about it a little bit. It's not a lot. We don't even market any of that stuff, but we can do all kinds of cool prints.
What is
but
that?
Well,
Velvet?
you gotta.
yeah, but I want to understand,
test it out so you can actually market it.
exactly.
Sell a
and
good product.
and especially you could just I'm just gonna do my car in this and see how see how I like it.
Even though it absolutely destroyed my car, it's not something anybody wants to look at. But I did it. And now
Are you going to get the Griswold car wrapped?
Yeah,
We've been talking about
black.
it.
that's it's gonna be stage 3. I don't know.
You got to get his Corvette back first.
Gotta get the Corvette back
It's
first.
getting there.
And where's the Corvette now?
That's at Bailey
Bailey
Automotive.
Motors, yeah. He's the one who does all the lift kits when we do with Carbon Kings. When they do lowering and suspension. When they buy a lift kit, Bailey's like the 4x4 king, man.
So you're getting the Corvette lifted?
No.
I was going to say.
It's one of the many
he's
things he
great.
does.
He's mechanic-wise, he's super smart.
Yeah,
Is he really? Yeah.
He's
He's
getting
younger
the
than all of us.
Corvette. He's basically getting the Corvette road ready so I can sell it as a running, driving, stopping
sorry, not
vehicle.
you.
Yep.
And really, that's the plan is what I sell that for will be put into the wagon. I just, I'm not trying to put my own money out. It's all, it's chess moves. So,
Gotta
there's
sell some more of them shirts.
You gotta push that Bishop, right? You gotta
Yeah.
push
We got
that
him the
Bishop
pink one.
before you gas
Did you really?
Yeah, the Snap-on one. He called me. He goes, I'm like, so I called my Snap-on guy. He goes, yeah. I was like, how many can you get? He goes, 1, because you're supposed to buy a set of tools with these. I'm like,
yeah, I haven't worn that one yet. That one's still,
Say, listen,
in the
for
package?
yeah, still in the package. Yeah,
It's already gaining dollars.
that's right.
tell them all the tools you buy that should come free every
Yeah,
time
right.
you ask for
Yeah,
one.
you should have been dropping those off by the box load. But yeah, no, the wagon is going to be I haven't decided, like a flat black metallic or something like that, and then like a graphite colored wood paneling.
Oh, we got you there.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, we got you there.
And but there's a few other things I got to get a few other things addressed on the body first before it's ready for wrap. But I'm just waiting, again, chess moves. I'm tying up too much of my own bank account money,
Gotta
Yeah.
find Ben Regal in there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You want to try the helmet on, dude? Go ahead.
Oh.
Take the hat off right there. Grab that helmet.
Put your snake down. Brett will hold it for you.
But definitely a shout out to Ben Regal, by the way.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Good.
No.
Put it right on the floor. You're good.
good friend, a very good friend of mine.
Great guy.
Take it
Yeah.
right off from there.
Oh, you know
There
him too,
go.
Sean?
Yeah.
That's his tattoo guy.
He was my guy.
Yeah, he's done some of his work too.
Oh, there you go, Logs.
There he goes, Boba Fett right there in the house. Go over to the camera so they can see you over there.
That's the Mandalorian.
Well,
That's
Oh,
Boba
yeah,
Fett.
that's Boba Fett.
Mandalorian's different,
Mandalorian's
but
different,
it's
yeah.
it's the same group of
Bounty hunters.
Bounty
the-
hunters, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we have that guy that we did the camper for has a 94
Honda
Civic.
EX.
He's
or
got
something.
two. He's got one that's got like 700 horsepower. One's got like 500 horsepower. It's sick.
God.
And he wants to wrap it with a Mandalorian theme. I'm
Oh.
like, that would be awesome.
But the next one is his wife's S2K.
Oh yes,
And
he did say the other
that-
day. He goes, "I want you to do this one." We're like,
It's
"Okay."
going to be Peach, Princess Peach from Mario Kart.
Oh, really?
And that's
That should be wild.
I've got one of my best designers doing that one.
Yeah.
Like
for
that's
sure.
that's gonna be crazy. The girl we got designing that is because we have a couple designers that we use and they're all really good. But the girl we're using is, you ever heard of SEMA car
No.
show? It's like the biggest like car show nationally.
Yeah.
And probably 90 to 95% of the vehicles there are her designs.
Really?
So when we did the when we did the Black Panther,
Christina McKay.
yeah, when we did the Black Panther, she did the hood itself. When we did that at first, she did that design.
In less than 5 minutes.
Really?
We sent her an email saying, "Can you do this?" And she's like, "Bang, bang, bang! Here's your file." And we're like, "Okay, like,
Unreal.
Don't mess around.
phenomenal."
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
phenomenal
love how
work,
people are
yeah.
smart to do that. That's
she's-
it's
yeah.
interesting.
I wish I had that. Like,
I know.
Phenomenal.
I don't have the like. I know how to use all the programs, but I just don't have the vision. It's not there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We told her exactly what we wanted, and within 5 minutes, she had it.
It was just
She had it.
bam,
done.
like that. Yeah, price was very reasonable. You know, a little higher, obviously, because she's pretty much the queen of it. You know,
Yeah.
but it was
She designed 50 Cent's Lamborghini. To
Gucci?
look like it was a Gucci or Louis Vuitton, something like that, but it was all purple and gold. She designed that thing from scratch, and
Wow.
that thing was phenomenal. She's a good friend, and yeah, so she's we're reaching out to her to do this, and it's gonna be. If you see that on the road, you're gonna know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's next level.
That is awesome. You must get to meet some really cool people in this business and get to see what,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, honestly, like all the big names of rappers, artists, anything are doing raps nowadays, and if it's not her, it's Skeppel, who's just out of Danbury, Connecticut, and they do the most phenomenal designs of anybody around. And yeah, we're pretty much hand in hand friends with them. So
yeah.
they do a lot of work for us, and we work hand in hand with them. So
Do you guys paint anything?
we do. Not if
Kind
we
of.
don't want to.
like
know.
like
We
the
do.
camper, our Jeep. Like if
Yeah.
there's some trim parts, we just want we just got to touch some some spray cans with some rattle cans to touch up some some parts on something. We're like, listen, this right here, like the grills, like if they're super thin, you're not going to be able to do them. So we'll touch them up. He'll wrap what he can, like around the outside. I mean, I don't want to say what he can because he can wrap. I should show you these Mercedes. Want it. Remember that guy?
Need to want it, yeah.
He was like his Mercedes, the center caps, they were chrome wheels, and the center caps were it had a embossed like Mercedes logo. He wrapped that Mercedes logo on each one, and then on the steering wheel. I mean, it was like so intricate.
Oh, so I saw the one that you did, the picture with the inside. You wrapped the dashboard.
It was rose gold. The color it was.
Might have been, yeah, whatever that was. I don't remember what car that was.
I couldn't believe he did that. I'm like,
That
dude,
was
are you
sick.
serious?
That was absolutely sick. And I couldn't find I was trying to show somebody that, and I couldn't find the picture again. So I don't know if you shared it on your regular Facebook page or was it your?
I
Might have been a
may have.
story. Yeah,
Might have been a
rose
story.
gold,
Yeah.
rose
It's
gold chrome stuff,
probably
yeah.
on our Facebook page, but when he did that, I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, just the little intricate stuff that he does, like it's to base doing the full wraps or trucks, whatever. Like,
It's that intricate stuff that honestly costs a lot more money because it takes a lot more time.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's all
But,
time. Yeah.
But yeah, no, we can do whatever you want. It's really, it depends on. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but it's like what your price point is.
It's true.
You're not going to get a deck built for $200.
Right.
If you want a nice deck, you're going to end up paying quite a bit of money.
Sure.
So if
You can even buy the nails for a deck for $200 right
Jesus.
now.
I know. But
Lumber
yeah,
went
no.
up and then everything else did.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you want, if we can do whatever you want, it really all depends on price point and if it's worth it. You know, we're gonna tell you if it's worth it or not. You
Right.
know, if we know somebody who can do it cheaper, we're gonna point you in the right direction. We're not gonna rob you for something that you're not gonna want to pay for. You know?
Right.
So, Greg's car care from down the street from us. You know, if he can paint something for cheaper, we're not gonna take your money. We're gonna send you somewhere else.
Yeah.
and we're gonna
If
let
it's
you
a
know.
grill or a part like that, that's in. Or you know what? Honestly, if you bring it, in order for him to wrap it, he's like, I can wrap it, but there's not there's a chance that it's failing because everything's so small and intricate with it.
Yeah, there's all sorts
He's
of
like,
stuff
you
going
bring it
in
down
there,
to
yeah.
him, and he's probably wrap the grill, or he'll whatever it is, we'll spray it, and it's gonna save you some money and it's gonna last longer. But he sends us work all the time too. When guys are like, oh, I want this, he goes, you know what? Honestly, those guys could probably do it a lot less expensive. We kind of try to help other places out.
If it's a simple black, gloss black or something like that, obviously you can get it painted. If it's like a specialty color, of course I will wrap it.
Yeah.
I can't really guarantee it if it's certain things that are super intricate and require a lot of TLC at the end of after it's left the shop. But we're going to point you in the right direction.
Right.
That's kind of the thing. We're not going to take your money and we're not going to rob you. We're going to point you in the right direction to get what you need.
Yeah.
That's
And the wraps have warranties, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Warranties, lifetime on installation. So I stand by my work. Tony stands by my work. We all stand by all of our work. So if it's installation, it's a lifetime warranty. If it's manufacturer warranty, we can only offer you what the manufacturer is going to warranty it for, right? So, roofs, the hoods, tops of trunks, stuff like that, they don't really have warranty.
Anything
but we're going to actually
flat.
give you anything flat. So anything that absorbs a lot of UV rays has zero warranty. But we're going to give you the installation warranty on top of that. So if there's anything wrong with it, we'll take care of it. It's not a problem. We're going to, obviously we want you to be happy. But,
Right.
But we can't offer you a 7-year warranty on the film when they don't even offer you that. So, and that's across the board. You know what I mean?
And that's like when you asked about certifications. If you do something, let's say 3M, you wrap a vehicle and there's a warranty issue, 3M is only going to warranty that if it was installed by a shop that has a certified installer, so it was done the right way. So that's a big part of, too, how to pick, your places you're getting it installed from. A lot of guys are like, oh, yeah, I can, what's the warranty? And they're like, oh, it's like 7 years. If they're going to warranty it, that means the owner's got to reach into his pocket and pull out and buy the product and, and warranty that. Where, he's 3M certified. One of the final things, they took a balloon, you put a piece of wrap on it, and you have to cut that wrap without cutting a balloon. Because we see a lot of cars when they come in like that where you can tell they cut the paint on the car. And that can
last one.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So he in that with that test, it's classroom and hands-on. Yep. And if you fail that test, it's like $3,000 give or take. And if you fail the test, there's no second chances. You got to pay again and go take it again.
Oh my God!
Like it's
really?
very it's very because it is. It's one of the bigger tests out there.
Yeah, 3M's probably the biggest one. Avery is pretty simple. You just go take a test. They'll watch you wrap a door, something like that.
I'm Avery
pretty
certified.
simple. The same thing with Orifol.
I would. I'm not 3M certified.
I'd say that.
Well, I love how you, as a team, like you have different people in different businesses that come together for the customer. I
Yeah.
think that's really important. I think a lot of companies have lost that.
Yeah.
It's like if you need anything, just call TS Mobile, and they'll refer you. They'll either be able to do it, or we'll refer you to someone that can, and it's a trusted person that they've done business.
Right. And
if you call them and ask for a screen printer, they'll recommend me.
Yeah.
They have nothing to do with anything
And
in
Brett,
that
what is
business.
that company called?
That's IQ Inc.
That's
Thank
IQ.
you.
That's it.
Right
That's
there.
it.
I might be able to do it, but I'm not going to offer that because
Yeah, Sean's dabbled in screen printing a little bit, but
please do not come for me.
Usually it's like, all right, Sean, we got a
absolutely
show
hate
coming
it.
up. I bought shirts for all of us and the kids and the girls. You got to do them. And he's like, dude, he like gets mad at me.
Absolutely hate it.
It's like a last second thing.
Brett
'Cause I
is the
always throw
man.
that last second stuff too. Yeah.
So you guys have a sales guy that works for you too?
Sean, he's Sean.
That's Sean number two. Okay.
And he is phenomenal. He is so good and so honest with customers. Like everybody's like, "You're so nice," and he gets back to people. Everything's organized. He's got his notes.
And the
He's
thing
also
is, he learns. So like anything I have to say, because this is pretty new to him as well. Like
Yeah,
he
very new to
absolutely learns every little detail, and it's unbelievable to me. Like he'll recite things that I don't even remember saying to people. And he'll be like,
when he's selling a wrap.
when he's selling a wrap,
Yeah,
he's absolutely one of the best, hands down.
And he's
in the
mechanically
industry.
inclined, so if we need a set of hands for something, he's he knows what he's doing. But yeah, sales wise, I mean, he's so honest, and so usually he'll go out there, look at the car with the person, go over certain things, and he can either give him a price or like, Sean, I just want you set your eyes on this or this because I was thinking this and this is what we told him. And Sean's like, he's awesome. He's
Spot on.
Now, does he have a car background? What did he do before
does.
this? Yeah.
I worked with him. He was in auto parts, and then I worked with him. Jesus. Years ago, I worked with him, and he was a salesperson doing what he's doing now. That's why when I was like, man, he's not working there. I'm like, he's just he left that job. I was like, I reached out to him and was like, come work for me. Like, I was like, let's sit down and talk and stuff. I'm like, because I want you to come work for me. He's just such a good person, just in general, and he's so honest with the customers. That's what they like about him. Like they come in, they're like, he's so honest, and he'll have a conversation with somebody and he'll be talking to him. Like I talk a lot, but he'll be talking with him and he knows he's very, like he said, he catches on to everything. So the next time we come up, when we run into a situation, because we all do, we needed extra parts or whatever we do, we covered them, but it needed, the next time he'll remember, all right, with this car, we needed this, or with the wrap, this was a little tougher getting a bumper off. It took, 3 of us, or whatever it was,
Yep.
He's very, very good at what he does. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, a lot of companies out there are having a problem with like products and stuff like that. Getting it. Are you guys suffering from that at all right now?
Yep.
100%.
Really, huh? So tell us this horror story.
I mean, everything from radios. I had a buddy of mine that opened a shop in Vegas, and we were just talking the other night, and he goes, how are the radios out there? I'm like, 0. Just like all the cars, they're sitting in lots waiting because the computer chip that does the,
Right.
that all the plastic. So that from the radios, pretty much everything. And the wrap.
Wrap is ridiculous. So Avery and 3M, biggest companies, they've essentially cut down their catalog almost 75%. So
Wow.
nothing good.
So they're just doing core stuff, basically. They're just,
Yeah.
They're doing matte black.
Yep.
They're doing silver. They're doing
Yep.
like everything.
we're seeing the same thing on our end, too.
Yeah.
Like white and black T-shirts, can't even
That's
keep
about
them
it.
in stock, never mind, like,
Yeah.
all the
You're
other
only
stuff.
getting,
Everything. It's
you're only
crazy.
getting the base, the absolute base. So like if you end up going to get your car wrapped and you end up getting the runaround, it's not the company's fault. It's the manufacturer, because you can't get anything besides matte satin or gloss black, matte satin or gloss white. Like you're not getting these specialty colors anymore because they're just not focused on that. The
Right.
PVC is not there. PVC shortage is across the board the worst thing, and it all comes from
Everything, yeah.
everything. Like you can't get radios, you can't get computer chips, you can't get anything. You can't get brand new cars because the ECUs, you can't do anything with that without the raw materials that are in shortage. And
I honestly can't believe that we're actually dealing with this now.
Yeah, it's insane.
This is
Ridiculous.
unfathomable that what's going on. And
Well, it's residual. I mean, it's, we're basically seeing after effects of, people not working at all for a good period of time.
it
Yeah.
comes from the shipping containers being held off there. Like there's no drivers to bring everything anywhere.
Yeah. It's just a giant snowball. Like,
Well, here's the thing,
things,
too, is-
Things shut down in phases, and then like things got back up and running in different phases because of different permissions or infection rates, and like it's just
Remote
that
car
was-
starters.
Yeah.
We were told this year from our rep, he said, buy what you can now because they're sitting out at sea in ships going in circles as they can't get in.
And now they're just flying
So
them out.
what they're
So
doing is they're flying them
jacking
out.
the prices
So yeah,
up.
jet fuel is so much money. So they raised all of our prices, and we're trying to stay at minimum. But I was like, I can't lose money. I gotta, if they charge us $50 more, I got to do 50. I stay right to that T.
Sure.
So we're right there. But yeah, remote starters we're
Wow.
and we still are. And the package ones, CompuStar we use, top of the line brand. You can't find the all-in-one bundles now. You got to buy the brain and the remotes all separate. It's
Those are
crazy.
all shipped separately, and you get charged shipped separately. So like, there's nothing that you can get nowadays. Right now, nothing costs the same. So everything is going up.
Well, I tell my customers all the time, I'm like, we are at a point now where you charge your customers whatever the upcharge is, because I mean, in any business, you can only take that hit for so long and at so much of an increase. And for you to stay in business, you have no choice.
Right.
And don't feel bad when we have to do it, because it's everybody else out there is doing it. It's not like we're trying to reinvent the wheel and do it. So I think people really need to realize that for those of us that are on the supply side, and having to deal with what we're able to get, it's kind of feast or famine.
Yeah. We got a
You
customer who's works for a mattress company, the one in East Long Meadow. Works with Big Dan Chappie. Or no, Dan Chappie used to work with him. Anyway,
Yeah, he doesn't work there anymore. But
he said the mattresses are, what did he say, 6 months, 7 months out? He goes, there's nothing available minimum February, he said, or later. He goes, if somebody comes in and goes, I need a mattress. You can pick what you want, but February is the soonest you're going to get it to us.
Wow.
It's insane, everything. You guys got to be seeing it on the
Oh yeah, we
side.
can't piece together, like, if you want like a basic, like, like black T-shirt, you're gonna have to get it from like 5 or 6 different vendors. So
Really?
different wholesalers and different suppliers. So different manufacturers.
Yeah.
So like even just if I want to fill it with, say, just Gildan blacks, they have 2 different weights. I'd have to piece it together between probably 3 different wholesalers based on how quickly they're able to get their stuff in and how quickly it's selling out. And then and then depending on the size, I have to throw in some Hanes and a few other brands, jerseys, just to make a complete order. So like we have to be transparent with people where we're just like, listen, yeah, we're gonna get black shirts, large to XL, they might be a shade off, and the tags are definitely going to be different. But we can get you 100 of these, but it's going to be, it's going to be black.
Yeah.
They might not all be the same black or the same brand, but that's where we're at. Like, and
It's gonna be black
and some,
black gray.
yeah. And we're fulfilling orders and saying, hey, just 2 XLs in this don't exist right now. So you can either take them off the invoice, or we'll let you know when they come in. We'll give you what we have.
Right.
Because we're not going to hold your order up in hopes that these sizes come in. You will print everything you have. Or if you can wait till they all come in, then we'll do that also,
Yeah. I mean, I hope this is a big wake-up call, too, of like, we outsource everything to other countries. And I think really that needs to kind of be toned down a little bit. I think we need to go back and start doing more American-made stuff. And, and I know the price is going to go up when we do that, but at the end of the day, look what we're dealing with.
Honestly, consistency is probably more important to people than price. I think consistency is probably the most important thing, and if you can't deliver consistency, that's kind of where people fall by the wayside.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I mean, if it comes out to be like I'm spending $50 more for a TV because it's American made, and listen, I'm not against supporting other countries.
Oh, yeah.
We've been doing that for a long time, and I'm just saying, if we did things more at home, and you're right, is like $50 gonna break my bank? No, we'll get used to that $50, and I'll buy the other TV, if I need it, but I really think, like, I just bought a pair of jeans from a company American made. Well, I went on Amazon to go look at what the price difference is for the basic same pair of jeans. I think I paid like $7 more. It wasn't a big deal.
right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
you got to deal then, because like we see, and
Sure, shirts
in apparel, like, we have one business that they specifically want, American made T-shirts, and they order it with a pocket, and at wholesale it's like an $8 shirt. I can get that same shirt made in like Malaysia for $3.
Right.
So that's like, and our
That's over
margins,
50%,
our
yeah.
margins maintain the same, so, I'm gonna on a percentage basis, I'm gonna mark the $3 shirt just as much as I am,
Sure.
the $8 or $9 shirt. And,
It's hard for
It just-
the initial consumer to see the initial upsell on, the raw materials. The raw materials is where it's coming through. And the raw materials for a wrap, say, you pay normally $600 for a roll and you end up paying $800 more. That's going to reflect in the overall cost of a full wrap, right? So
they
just like it's those small margins. For a full roll, $200 is not a whole lot of money. It's the difference between a tech wrap and Avery, right? So it ends up coming to the small business owner that's selling that actual final product,
Right.
and that ends up kind of wavering the final consumer. And
Yeah.
and it sucks. It really does. But it's just something that they have to understand, that everyone is going about it. You're paying $4 more for a pack of sirloin steak. You're going to do the same thing
Yeah.
for a pack of toilet paper,
Everything.
custom shirts.
I mean, I really think that, we talk about the National Guard. I think those guys, if we did it right, we could, because they, these guys are used to being out in the field, making these makeshift docks. I think if we, the American people, we put our minds together, think great things happen. So I think this whole thing is kind of like a sham a little bit. If we put our heads together, we could definitely make these things get unloaded and start this process of getting it out to the people. Use the resources we paid, and you hear a lot of these guys, because my brother-in-law's in the military, and I hear a lot of these military guys are like, just let us do what we do. Like, we have the infrastructure, we have the vehicles, we have all the tools that we need to get this done. And it's not being done. And it's really starting to affect us in a big way. Imagine what we're going to be in another 6 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look where gas prices are.
Yeah, they're always going up and down, but yeah, they're climbing back up to where they were. And think about what all of our little ones have to grow up to. I mean, what kind of world? It's we got to make sure there's something for them.
I mean, I'm at a point now where I'm going to sell my feet on OnlyFans. So that's where I'm at.
Right, I got you.
I had to pay $100.
Are you going to sell your actual feet or just pictures of your feet? You should clarify.
Just random pictures of other people's feet. I just paid $100 worth of gas in a week. And that was being conservative. Like, I stayed home from work an extra day to get some paperwork done. So if I would have been out in the field that day, that would have been another, $25.
They're still not at all-time highs, though. We were closer to $4 at one point.
We sure are. I mean, we're almost there.
Pretty
We're
recent.
Yeah, we're close.
one wrong move.
They were 3-something, 340, 350 something the other day, and now they're 322. So it's still
It's up and down.
They're
but-
always strategically priced right around holiday travel.
Yeah, exactly.
Holiday travel in summers. When are people going to be driving the most? Let's jack the prices up.
Yeah, exactly.
How dare you, conspiracy theorist?
Yeah.
Get that money. Get that money.
All right, guys, we are at an hour and a half, so we are going to call it a day. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Go ahead and throw TS Mobile a little plug there.
TS Mobile Accessories. You guys want remote start vehicle accessories, your vehicle wrapped by the master. We're 267 Allen Street, 413-310-3422, and we're all over social media. Tell them who the business is. Come on, you want to be in? Tell them.
Facebook. Oh.
Who's Daddy's business? Tell them the name. You don't know? You better know. You want to work there?
He's renaming it to LS Mobile.
That's right. You're going to look back at this podcast and you're going to say, I had my chance and I didn't do it.
What's the name? Tell them the name of Daddy's business.
TS Mobile.
There you go. Good
There you
job,
go.
buddy. Good. Go
And
ahead,
the-
Sean. Give
and the
yourself a
rap
plug.
god.
Yep.
Oh, just come on by, man. We'll take care of you for everything you need.
He's so modest.
It is. You know what? When people meet him, that's why they feel so comfortable with him rapping.
Yeah.
He's so honest and meticulous about everything. So, this right here, if we're going to do it this way, we got to do it this way. Or I'd recommend this for that. Like, he's so, because he takes pride in everything he does. He'll bring him into his rap room, which is shut shut down away from us. Like, yeah. Said it looks like the padded room. Like, we're all shut.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I can't yell across the shop to him anymore because I'm a little crazy and wild. And he likes being quiet.
It's his
to himself.
sanctuary.
Yeah.
It's got like
So,
songs
he'll
of
bring
the
him in there.
whales playing over the intercom.
I picture Sean closing the door, and it's like that airtight seal, like, and he locks it. Click.
Yeah,
He goes over
white
there.
noise generators.
He does his thing, and I'll even stop working on the car and go over there and be like, "Hey, what are you doing over here?" And he'll be on the other side of the car. And I'm like, I just had to say hi because I'm over there all by myself. So, yeah, we have fun with it. But that's like I said, he'll bring him in his wrap room and show him the different colors, or depending on what we got, pull something up on a computer for him. We have door, that we wrap, that they practice wrapping on. So he'll explain to them, and if they're like, I got a ceramic coat about a year ago, like he'll bring a piece of wrap on. We're like, well, let's test it and see how it is, And he'll put it on and peel it off. And like, see, you got to get it removed because of this, or if it's sticking, he's like, I can do this, like that's what makes him is what he is, because he takes so much pride in it and does
Yep.
It all depends on the customer, man. You want the customer to be happy at the end of the day. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So as long as they're happy, I'm happy.
Oh, good. I can't wait to see what the golf carts are going to look like. And unfortunately, YouTube's going to have to wait a little while. So my golf courts, I can't even talk. Golf cart's going to go first, and then you guys can sit on the other one and work on it at your leisure. I just need it back by September 1st. I think it's September 1st. I'll double check on that day.
We got
But.
plenty. Yeah, we'll get it done.
Plenty of time.
Absolutely.
All right, Brett, hit him.
As always, IQ Inc., screen print embroidery, iq-inc.com, and of course, bluebeeapparel.com, or TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, at Bluebee Apparel. New Bluebee Apparel release coming out on the 8th, so 2 days from now. So I don't know when this will be out, but
Be a few weeks.
yeah. I think he's running for a few weeks, but one of his new limited releases.
He's the king of TikTok, by the way.
Oh, he's absolutely amazing. Follow him.
I want to pay him to show us how to use
I know.
TikTok. His son is amazing.
So follow him at Bluebee Apparel on TikTok. He's a fantastic, super talented, in everything he does. But I forget what he's calling this collection. It's kind of like a revisit of the BU collection, which is kind of just phrases to remind you to be the best you can be. So it's like BU, be fearless. Obviously BEE.
Yeah.
And then so he's got sweatshirts, hats, and I think t-shirts coming out. But some awesome stuff. Always happy to promote that. But that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. All right, guys. As always, are you ready?
You ready?
This is the closing thing. Tell me you're ready.
Tell me ready.
Oh, he ready.
We're ready.
This kid's killing
He's
me.
about as ready as he can get.
Ready? Come on. Get the peace sign ready.
Come on.
All right. We'll see you guys at the
Look
next
there. Look at
podcast.
that. Look at the camera.
Peace.
Peace.